Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Stupid for the 19th of September, 2021. I hope you all had a miserable day because that's a great opportunity for me to cheer you up. I can't cheer you up if you're already happy. It doesn't work that way. Plus, I also had a very miserable day. So because of that, I want to spread the lack of joy. You see, 3 days ago, I have managed to give a kitten to someone for adoption. Today, the person knocks at my door, bringing the kitten back. And I'm like, what's wrong? Was it sick? No, apparently it wasn't sick. It was just too playful. This is the first time I have heard this excuse. Yes, the kitten was too playful, and now the kitten has returned. Unfortunately, the mother cat doesn't recognize the scent anymore because the kitten has been gone for 3 days, and the mother cat is now hissing at it and batting at it, bringing massive amounts of disrespect towards the kitten, just like Joe Biden brings massive amounts of disrespect towards the reporter when they're asked the question. And I had to separate them. So, as you can imagine, I had a bad day, but hopefully we can cheer ourselves up by reading some of the articles. Now, Time magazine has shown a very interesting picture of Meghan and Harry. It's such a beautiful picture that I decided to use it as the thumbnail. And it also comes with a little bit of trivia. Time magazine says, in a world where everyone has an opinion about people they don't know, the Duke and Duchess have compassion for people they don't know. They don't just opine. They run towards the struggle. Yes, the struggle of royalty is real, but fortunately, they have compassion. I wish I knew how to contact them because maybe they can adopt my kitten. Or maybe I can give the way to contact them to homeless people. It's like, look, you can call these people up because they're rich, they have more money they can ever spend, and they also have compassion. Look, Time magazine said so. So if you manage to contact them and they don't give you any money so that you can get out of homelessness situation, you can blame Time magazine for lying. But we all know that Time magazine would never lie with something like that. I mean, Prince Harry and Meghan are the most compassionate of the compassionates. There are a swarm of homeless people that are traveling to their mansion and getting away with their problems solved. It's, I guess, Prince Harry has given me the opportunity to have a roof over my home because he has compassion. And you can even see here a lot of people on the internet are criticizing the picture for two reasons. First of all, it's the fact that the picture looks a little bit CGI-ish. Apparently, the skin of Prince Harry is a little bit more lightened. The hair looks like a Disney princess, and this is what a lot of people are bringing up. Other people are saying that this is making Prince Harry emasculinated because he is crouching, hiding, cowering behind Meghan, using her as a rock for his emotional support. I personally don't think that this is the case. When I look at Prince Harry, it's in the name. It's Harry, right? So what he is doing is he is following his favorite career, that of a hairstylist. If you look at the picture, it looks like Prince Harry just finished Meghan's hair and is pointing her towards the mirror and asking her if she is happy or does she want it a little bit more shortened. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. He's also dressed the way that my hairstylist is dressed, like very clean shaven with a nice shirt and with a very expensive watch. And yeah, this is what the picture actually shows. Shame on you for not noticing, you bigot. This is the picture where Harry has found his new hobby. His previous hobby was hunting, but apparently he wasn't allowed to perform it anymore. He tried drinking away his sorrows with British tea, but he wasn't allowed to drink it anymore. And now this is where Harry is out, making hair for Hollywood royalty. Good for him. Now, I do not know if this is the work of Harry or not, but it is definitely interesting as rapper Dan Sewer has managed to contact a surgeon in order to craft this beautiful masterpiece. You see, he has surgically attached gold chains to his skull in order to look like this, and is also going to do the double combo and replace his teeth with golden teeth. Apparently, he wanted to do something different because everyone dyes their hair, and he hopes that no one is going to copy him. My opinion that what he did is definitely in the area of stunning and brave, especially if he wants to travel alone at night into some more picturesque neighborhoods where, as the left likes to call it, people from all walks of life call their home. My advice, if he ever comes to Romania, is to contact me, because I would definitely tell him a couple of places where I wouldn't walk with any visible jewelry, and why I can definitely put my watch in my pocket. I don't know if he can do the same with his hair. Now, this comes also in the same week where Lil Uzi Vert had a $24 million diamond implanted into his head. Mr. Uzi claims that this is the same like any other piercing. But the Romanian knows. And when the Romanian says something, no one listens to him, which is why Mr. Uzi is now very upset. Turns out someone stole the $24 million diamond from his forehead. Imagine my Eastern European shock. Apparently at a concert, he jumped into the crowd and someone stole the $24 million diamond. Well, it's almost like you shouldn't advertise that you have expensive jewelry on your forehead. It's almost like there are other people who understand that stealing is wrong but don't care, and they steal it anyway. Who could have imagined? What a horrible world. You know what? We need to defund the police. Now, as I was saying, these people, they're very extravagant, but not as extravagant as the Metropolitan Gala, which took place last week. And boy, did I wish I could attend. But unfortunately, the price of admission was $35,000 for a ticket. And why would I wish to attend? Well, for example, Lourdes Leon showed everyone her armpit hair. She showed it to me, and I couldn't show mine to hers. If I was there, I would have showed it as well. My mother told me it's not nice to stick your tongue out at people, and this would have been a great opportunity so I could stick my tongue out at her and show her my armpit as well. Because I too boycott the Gillette company for their atrocious commercial. But hopefully one day maybe I could live next to Lourdes Leon and I could walk in front of her garden showing her my armpit hair non-stop, because it is the most beautiful thing, and until I hear her say that my armpit hair is beautiful, I will not relent. But you could also see some very beautiful design costumes. Honorable mentions would go to Kim Kardashian, who sported the Taliban allowed me to attend, but I need to get back by 7 p.m. look. Lil Nas, who, because of his name, felt the need to compensate, so he brought an actual golden armor suit. This screams compassion. It screams the same compassion that Prince Harry has. This is how compassionate people usually act, by displaying their wealth and attending a gala where all the individuals that are for social justice and for caring about the people without the money attend. Of course, outside the gala, there was a BLM protest, and this time around, the police actually cracked down on it and was very brutal to the protesters, to the point where I can't show you these pictures on YouTube because it might be a violation of terms of service to show violence. But I want to say that that was happening outside. And people were wondering, why wasn't AOC there outside trying to break the doors, trying with the protesters to raise awareness on the police violence? And the answer is because AOC already has broken the doors. She was inside, and she was wearing a very expensive dress, which I understand was around $10,000 given to her by one of the designers, which she wants to tax. Yes, this dress is literally the I am wearing a tweet dress. Now, when people offered her criticism and said that a person like her championing socialism can't really benefit from the excesses of capitalism and join an event where a table costs around $250,000, she responded that the dress is made by a immigrant black woman. So the immigrant black woman has provided her the dress. She did not mention that the immigrant black woman is from Canada, Toronto, and that she is a very wealthy person, like Jimmy the Spitting Viper Dore accurately pointed out. But that's just the better thing, because that shows diversity. We shouldn't only care about the immigrants coming from Afghanistan. We should mostly care about immigrants coming from Canada as well. Because have you seen how Canada is like lately? I would probably immigrate to the United States if I was there too. Now, a lot of comparisons were made with Hunger Games, and I really can't see why. We have Ezra Miller here also trying to see if she can spot any comparison by having a very interesting costume, very beautiful makeup. I guess it's to see the arm hair better, to see the armpit hair much better than I could have. And let's not forget Elon Musk's waifu, who dressed up into an anime chica, which is open carrying, and the sword which she has is actually crafted from the melted down AR-15s. So I take it she doesn't appreciate the gun epidemic, which is happening in the United States, but is more in tune with the stabbing epidemic, which is taking place in London. I'm not going to comment on that. It's her decision, but I'll let you guys make of that what you will. Now, if you're interested in seeing what other celebrities wore on the Met Gala, you should head over to my livestream channel after This Week in Stupid, where I have made an entire 1-hour video and I go through every celebrity, giving you my take on how beautiful and exciting the costumes look like. I'll probably remind you when this video is over. With that said, I'll end here because it would take us an hour if we actually go through every one of these very beautiful, very creative, and very luxurious costumes. The only thing that I want to say is that the Met Gala was definitely a big win. It was a huge win for social justice. It was a great win for all the marginalized people. Great win for socialism because it managed to get AOC into the heart of the establishment. And you just have to realize, like, all those rich people there, if you Google their name, if you look at them, like, all of them care about social justice, all of them care about progressivism, and to have, like, all that energy into one building where everyone agrees that you need to tax the rich and everyone agrees that you need to raise awareness of marginalized people, that is so beautiful. I never seen so much awareness raised in my entire life. So again, Met Gala, massive win. And it also had some unintended consequences. You see, the experts, the anointed ones, have also loved this event so much that they themselves wish they could have become a fashion model rather than being an expert. But you know what? It's never too late. You can be a fashion model even now. Even if you already chose a career, you can still do it. And here we're going to see an expert in the United States sporting a very beautiful surgical mask, wearing it in front of the camera exactly the same way you would expect a fashion model to do. A very beautiful and very inspiring way of showing us that even if you have rich middle life and you're an expert, or whatever profession you may have, you can still follow your dreams, you can still follow your passion. And in this case, this man wanted to be a model, wanted to have a modeling career. Now, speaking of the experts, I understand that the science is always changing. We notice that the science is evolving, and we need the people who can commune with the science to explain it to us lesser people, because for example, myself, I don't have the capacity, the intellect of understanding how science works. So I shouldn't assume, I shouldn't make prepositions. But this is just my low IQ intervention here. This is just me making an observation. I think that maybe, okay, and don't take my word for this because I'm not a scientist, right? But I think maybe the cameras have a strong effect on the virus. When the cameras are rolling, that's when the virus is the strongest. Let's look at the following footage because it has worried me and hopefully an expert can address it in the future.
Tout à fait. Et au contact des Français, ils nous ont dit, malheureusement, on ne se reconnaît pas dans votre politique. Parce que la preuve du pudding, vous savez, comme disait Léon Trotsky, c'est qu'on le mange. Donc la preuve d'une élection, c'est votre résultat. Et votre résultat, il n'est pas bon. S'il n'est pas bon, c'est donc que vos réformes ne sont pas portées par le peuple français, qu'il y a quelque chose qui s'est passé, il y a un hiatus. Et si vous ne voulez pas reconnaître ça...
Let's watch that one more time. Again, I do not like the journalists which are showing people getting dressed. Why are you not allowing people to have privacy? I know they are politicians, I know they are policymakers, but just because they are public people, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't have privacy when they are putting their clothes on. So here we have, okay, everyone is here, everyone is present. Oh, cameras are going to start. So 3, 2, 1, come on, get ready, get ready. Oh, we have Bane. Bane has entered the chat. And people are getting ready. Oh, look, a lot of Melinas, a lot of Kitanas. And this gentleman doesn't have a mask. Unfortunately, he has forgot his one. Or maybe he is sporting the color blue and he wants a black one because, again, fashion is key. After the Met Gala, everyone wants to look fashionable. You can't just come to one of these events sporting a blue mask when everyone else is having a black one. It's very important. The virus might, I'm not saying it does, I'm saying it might see color. The virus might be colorblind racist. And because of that, you need to put on the black mask like everyone else. The only person who doesn't have to wear it is the person speaking, of course, because it shows status. It shows importance. You understand that the reason you are wearing it is not to protect yourself, is to protect others. Because if you're sick, you can spread it to others. So by wearing the mask, you're not spreading it. And if everyone wears it, no one is spreading it. But he is an important person. In other words, it shows that everyone in the room is protecting him. He can spread it to everyone else, but no one else is supposed to spread it to him. At least when the cameras are rolling, because that is when it's the strongest. That is when the camera brings the energy, because it might be that if the people are sick from home, it could pass through the cameras. We never know. We never know. It's the science is still up. They're still researching it. So it may be, it may be not, but we can't be too sure. So we need to take precaution. Unless, of course, you have the fortune of living in Australia. Because if you live in Australia, you don't have to worry about anything anymore. In fact, you don't even have to think. The government is going to think for you. Can you imagine just what a compassionate government it is in Australia? Kind of reminds me of the compassion from Meghan and Harry. I think this is a common theme that I'm starting to notice. The people in charge, they're very, very compassionate. And in Australia, that compassion is being shown by the fact that the government are locking people in their homes. They're not locking them into those conspiracy theorists, hotel safety detaining centers. No. They're locking them in their homes. But there is even more good news. Now that you are locked up in your apartment for your own safety, just like a lion is locked up in a zoo so that he can get free healthcare, free food, free housing, free everything, right? Now you get to be like that lion in the zoo. And the zookeeper, the government, gets to care about your safety, but also what you consume. Because you see now the residents in apartment blocks locked down by the NSW Health. I wish I could have NSW Health in Romania, but I am not so fortunate. And they are having the alcohol delivered policed as part of a policy to limit the number of drinks being consumed each day. This is a great initiative by the compassionate Australian government. The NSW Health has imposed rules limiting people in NSW Health controlled buildings. This is what you need to understand. The control is paramount. Without control, we do not have safety. You need to stop thinking of the government as an institution, and you need to start thinking of the government more like a father. He is there to provide with authority into the household to control every single aspect of your life for your own good, for your own well-being. So when you go to vote, remember the care and the control and the safety that your government provided with you so you can vote accordingly, right? Because otherwise your father may be gone, and that is a horrible thing to think about. Now, the NSW health control buildings are only allowed a certain amount of alcohol each day in a bid to ensure safety of health staff as well as the residents. Mission Australia Common Ground building in Camperton is the latest building where the occupants are subjected to harsh rules. But again, when you were a kid, your father may have been harsh to you every now and then, but it was for your own good. It was for your own safety. Safety is the most important word that I want you to remember today. Residents of the social housing estate have complained that care packages sent by friends and relatives have been searched before they are delivered. Of course, because you cannot have privacy anymore. Does the lion in a zoo have privacy? No, because the zookeeper needs to know exactly what the lion is eating, needs to know exactly what the lion is doing in order to provide safety for the lion. They are searching all bags and things coming into the building, and they confiscated a series of gifts. So things like bottle of spirits, we weren't allowed to have those, and we still aren't. And here you have the Australian police risking their own personal safety for you. I mean, this level of compassion brings a tear to my eye. These brave people are doing one of the most difficult jobs out there, risking their own health in a pandemic, checking through the bags to make sure that both the giver and the receiver stays and remains safe. Residents are allowed to receive a ration of one of the following. Either 6 beers, in my opinion, this is a little bit too much, but I'm not an expert. My opinion, 6 beers is way too much per day. Can you imagine a person that's stocking up 6 beers and then the next day he has 12 beers? He may actually get fat. He may not have the safety because being fat comes with comorbidities. In fact, I have been made aware that the virus is more dangerous for chubby people. But anyway, so you can either have 6 beers or pre-mixed drinks. So if you have a bartender girlfriend, she can make you a pre-mixed drink, but then you have to give away your 6 beers. Or if you're feeling very posh, you can have a bottle of wine. And the key word here is allowed. You see, if you behave properly, if you're a good citizen, then the government, the father of the household, allows you. You are allowed. I wish I was in Australia benefiting from such compassion, such care, and such safety. Excess alcohol is being confiscated until the lockdown rules are lifted. In other words, you are going to get it back, but just like a naughty child which plays with his cell phone during class, the teacher confiscates the cell phone and then returns it after class. Exactly, this is beautiful. Residents can consult with a clinician if they think they need more than the alcohol limit. So look how many freedoms you have. Look how many opportunities at every corner. The government just allows you as long as you behave in a responsible manner. What a beautiful system. I do believe that all cultures are equal, and I want more of what is happening in Australia to happen everywhere around the world. All of us will benefit if we allow the government to become the father. A Sydney local health district spokesman confirmed the limits are in place in NSW Health Special Health Accommodation, where COVID positive patients and close contacts are sent in for isolation. I have also, and I need to come up and say, one of my favorite YouTubers is Bering, and he lives in Australia. I hope the government makes sure that he is safe, because he is a YouTuber that really makes me smile when I watch his content. I really enjoy his work. So I want to make sure that nothing happens to him. And I hope that the NSW is going to also provide him with the most important thing, the safety. However, it is unclear what power the NSW Health has to limit the delivery of alcohol. People isolating in their own homes, public health orders do not mention alcohol limits. See, these are the reactionary members of society. This is the evil AustralianNews.com, and they are a very reactionary, very stuck in the old ways, very dangerous publication. I hope the NSW is going to shut them down, because by pushing this level of, dare I say, misinformation, it's harmful. As a lot of politicians like to say in America, they might be killing people. It's like what Biden said to Facebook, right? In a similar manner, very dangerous. An NSW police spokeswoman said police officers are not confiscating alcohol delivered to residential buildings and do not have the power to do so, even though the people within the building say that this is happening. I definitely trust the policewoman, because she is an expert. She is an expert at fighting crime. So the random person in the building is not an expert. In all residential lockdown locations, NSW police are there to ensure compliance with the public health orders and assist the NSW Health if required. You see, the NSW Health is the pivotal, is now the cornerstone of society. And what does the police do? They lend assistance from the NSW to the police into your home. Now, unfortunately, we are running out of time. There were a couple of other very interesting things that happened this week. Probably I will cover them some more into next week, or I can talk about them on my live stream channel. I will be live streaming right after this, so don't forget to tune in there. There's also a really nice coverage of the Met Gala event. Now, if you, for some weird reason, like this show, if you like this channel, you can help by sharing this video around on social media, because I doubt the YouTube algorithm is going to recommend what I am doing, because I'm just a little peasant compared to the enlightened minds of Vox magazine and other authoritative sources. If you really like this channel and you want to keep the wheels going, then you can either contribute with a super chat if you're watching this live, or if not, I have a link to my subscribe star into the comment section, as well as a link to my live stream channel where I'm going to be live streaming right now. Thank you all for watching, and because safety is so important, I am going to put you a very beautiful song that I have managed to find on the internet, and hopefully you're going to enjoy that as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.
S-A-F-E-T-Y. Safety dance. We can fly where you want to. We can leave your house behind. But if your friends don't mask, and why don't they mask? Well, they won't fly this airline.
You can fly if you want to, cause we do safety right. We have air that's clean and disinfectant machines zapping germs like an arcade space fight. And we dance
Do the dance, do the dance.
Everybody wash some hands.
Do the dance, do the dance. We're always wearing a mask. Do the dance, do the dance.
No, seriously, please wash your hands.
Do the dance, do the dance.
HEPA filters cleaning, come now.